breaking news story. Oh, some time ago, it was on a Saturday at Sam's Wholesale Discount Store. My wife and her guide dog Morgan went into the store, did their thing, came out. We're very close to the management there, Chris, and also a few of the girls there at the office. When they went to leave, apparently the cabs that day did not want to go and pick her up and help her out, and she's blind. She was getting terrified that she was not going to be returning home. Apparently, for 2.5 hours, these cabs went by and just took off, and went by and took off. Apparently, they don't know and are ignorant towards the laws of guide dog and know that's interfering with the duties of a guide dog. And also, the fabrication of lying to authorities like Southeastern Guide Dog School that the dog is not kept is also slander. And they called the school and had us investigated, which turned out to be false propagation. And I can prove it now because the district attorney is investigating the cab company now from the complaint with my attorney, and they're in trouble because they lied to my attorney, said that they just did not show up. That is not true. I have several witnesses at Sam's Wholesale that saw these cabs just drive up and just go by her. She was getting frantic, and Sam's, upon their self, has a lady by the name of Regina took my wife and her guide dog home. This is ridiculous, and I am the blind dude. I am going to do something about this situation. I am going to sue North Area and Yellow Cab due to the fact on grounds of discrimination and slander as well. And I think that guide dogs should be acknowledged as a partner for a blind person to get around and become independent. And this is not acceptable in my chosen point of view. The blind dude says that they are guilty as charged because I can't prove it. And also, folks, Sam's had their cameras taking pictures of the cab company just driving off as they come to and shaking their head no. Morgan is a nice dog. She will not hurt anybody. That's the first concept of being scared of a dog. That's the wrong concept. Morgan is a guide dog. A guide dog. She has her job to do to take care of Dolly, my wife. She does an excellent job. And this behavior of the cabs is not acceptable. And they have to be taught a lesson, and they have to be spanked. You will hear more about this in the upcoming days because charges are going to be brought against these people. I have been fighting this for years, and I've been trying to convince people that this is happening, and nobody's been able to accept that fact. That is why I wrote God's Eyes. I am an author. It's a book about myself, and I should be able to tell my story on Bailey. My guide dog died of stomach cancer, and that is her life as fighting these cabs. And she was as gentle as she could be. She was a great guide dog. She helped save my wife, and she helped save her friend from going down the steps. She stopped them because my wife was going to roll the wheelchair down the steps, and she stopped them, said no. There were steps in front of them, and I let them know when I went down the steps as I was taught by the guide dog school. And this is why I wrote God's Eyes, as to empower and educate the public about guide dogs. And this is why it's a necessary book for especially young kids to read. This is not acceptable behavior, and these cab companies are going to be punished for putting stress on my wife, because she's very easily to be frightened, and she can be fretful. And this is why cabs should be charged for interfering with the duties of a guide dog. It's a federal law. I am presently been involved with for a long time, trying to get the federal government to acknowledge that dogs that help guard MPs when they are on duty should be given honors when they should be something happening to their partner, their dog. MPs have dogs sometimes guarding. I had one when I did guard duty. That was my partner. And I'm telling you, these dogs are super great and trained to protect their master and search for dead people and search for live people in rubble. They help solve criminal activity. They also have dogs for drug sniffing activity and detect marijuana illegal. They detect cocaine as well. And also, they should be dogs honored in their jobs, as well as military should be given the golden honor, and they should be, as well as the police dogs, when something happens to them, they should all get the Congressional Medal of Honor, the highest medal that they can do, because they are special. They help protect the soldiers. They risk themselves to do that. They are also great heroes. I am sorry to be late. I had technical difficulty. I apologize. Sometimes it's impossible in the building to get started because there's some kind of interference. And I just apologize. Hey, Dolly, Dolly, Dolly. I'm sorry, folks. Dolly disappeared. I can't get her to get my cup. I won't leave it just to leave it. Just show her that she needs to get this cup. But as it is, I am at Robert's Barbecue at 5120 Ashley Phosphate Road. They have great food. I urge people to come by and get their food. They do quality work, and they are a great restaurant. And I just want people to come by and get whatever they need. They are a great restaurant, great barbecue, mustard-based barbecue. But this is my deal. The cabs are awful. Telluride also, folks, have been years trying to tell people that Morgan was unkept. They reported the dog school. Dog school come down. They also reported nothing. They said that, mean things about Morgan, which was not true, and it could be proven as well. And I finally got proof, and I've broken the case, and I will sue it, and I will break their back, and I will also crack their necks to open their eyes to the progress of blind people. I am also the National Federation of Blind president of the Charleston area, and I am going to impose that they obey the law. I am not above the law, but I do obey the law. I am going to be an enforcer and officer of the court, and I will obey the law. The law will catch up with these cab companies, for they think they're above the law. Yellow cab folks, be careful in the North Charleston, South Carolina area, for they will charge you a fare for just going in the cab, charge you a fare when you arrive at your location. But in a pinch, you might need them, but it's still against the law. Therefore, they are going to be charged swiftly for taking advantage of blind. Hey, Dolly. Dolly. But I would like to urge people to take heed and respect the guide dog that is walking with a partner. They're doing a job. They are helping the blind be independent, getting around objects, getting to the curb, getting down steps. Go ahead, take my cup. It's getting time, huh?
Right.
I didn't have no time for tea today.
You want some Robert's cup?
Yeah, please, iced tea if you can. It's not
Okay.
that time yet, is it?
It's after 4.
Okay, you think I have time? Maybe a small cup.
4:15.
Okay, small cup, medium, about medium.
Medium? Okay.
Okay,
I'll get you one.
all right. Then I just wanted to show that the case has been broken, and it will be an open and shut case. They are guilty as charged. Not only are they on camera, but also witnesses at Sam's can corroborate that Dolly waited 2.5 hours and was not going to be picked up by cabs, and therefore they broke the law of the duties of a guide dog, and therefore they are going to pay the consequences. So I wanted to let you guys know that the case is solved, and I am going to move on. But it's still going to be an ongoing pursuit by the law. My attorney and district attorney will keep going on with this, and it's disrespectful and just, not responsible. And for a long time, Telluride has been accusing Morgan of being unkept, and now I got proof where the manager says she is not stink. She does not stink, and she is well kept. There's another misconception of Morgan, and the people here at Robert's Barbecue also says she's well kept and beautiful. Therefore, I urge people to buy God's Eyes. It's at Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, and all over the United States. The case will be ongoing, and it will be in the media pretty soon. So I urge people to listen to this video, for it is great mind-boggling stuff. And you all will learn something about guide dogs from the book. So I hope that y'all buy a copy, for it is a great read. And I know that you all will enjoy it, because great books are hard to come by sometimes. And I know that you all will be captivated by it. So I urge you guys to do it and read it. And it's not real expensive as well. As we are getting ready to go, this phone was giving me a fit to do its thing. But now that I have done it, I would like to urge people to listen to this. And I enjoyed SEC Media Days. I have to remember on ESPY's Day, then congratulations to all the award winners for ESPY's award. Also, that the I'm still working.
There you go.
All right, I finally got to it, so I'm still doing something. Okay. So I just want to thank people for coming on. The weather is raining all day, off and on. Low pressure right off the coast. It's drifting rain into the coast. Also that the sports is going to be great this weekend. The Cubs is playing tonight, 7:05. And the Braves will play over the weekend. They're playing the Nationals. I am a Yankees fan. I'll be following them very closely. I'm a South Carolina Gamecock fan in football. Will Muschamp is today in Media Days. And the Davo is doing it today. I know that, in fact, that it should be interesting Media Days. And I will eventually catch up with Bobby Harden on 910 and listen to his show on Media Days. Congratulations to the soccer team that was trapped. And I thank the people that rescued them. And we are live at Robert's Barbecue at 5120 Ashley Phosphate Road. And I ask that people join in and call 1-800-784-4613. I urge people to attend this program. It is going to be informative. The football season is getting ready around the corner. Sertoma is on the 9th. I am saddened to the fact that a lot of teams have dropped out of Sertoma. Sertoma is a great classic. Sometimes it can get violent. Outside forces wants to ruin it for everybody. I just want to thank y'all for having me in your home or whatever you're trying to do. I want to say that Donald Trump did a fine job at the summit, did his best with Vladimir Putin, and I haven't heard anything more about North Korea. I guess everything is peaceful for now. The remains of the United States troops are getting ready to come home that are passed away. The remains of these people are unknown at the time, but autopsy may reveal who they are. Also, I'd like to congratulate France for winning the Soccer World Cup. They were a great team. That takes a lot, like any other sport in playoff action, to come defeat all those teams and end up the champion. So, and congratulations to the home run derby winner, Parker, I believe is his name. that he won the home run derby. And also, there's great TV and sports action all weekend. I don't have the schedules in front of me right now, but I know that it'll be great. There should be racing this weekend. They say the truck races were fabulous last night, or this probably tonight. There'll be truck races. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. I'd like to also thank Best Choice, Clifford and Company to help me broadcast this event. And I just know that it's going to be mind-boggling to put it on. And I appreciate them for having me on. So in closing, again, this reporter has closed the case of cab companies and versus guide dogs. But with the cab companies for not picking us up when they're supposed to. I urge you all to listen in because media will catch up with this finally. And y'all will be coming up and catching up with the news that it will be great. And I broke this story because it's necessary. God's Eyes is a must-read book. It's on the bookshelf now. It's at Barnes & Noble and Amazon.com. It's educate people about not taking their body for granted because they could lose an eye, ear, limb, legs, limbs, and whatever. And how would you feel if you was a guide dog user and that cabs weren't getting you? So I just like to leave you with this and think about it, and tomorrow we'll discuss the show. Thanks, and we'll have a good day. And you all have a good day. Bye.